There's a belief that children will learn to read if they are placed in an environment in which they are motivated to read, in which reading is highly valued, in which there's time for reading, in which there are engaging activities around reading, much like learning the way that the child would have learned a first language. And that people on the education side, don't think they're in the business of teaching reading. Teachers, prospective teachers, are not taught methods for teaching reading. That is not part of their training. Children are left to absorb reading in a reading literacy rich environment. And teaching reading is sort of thought of as like the wrong thing to do, because that's just focusing on the mechanics. And on the education side, most of the attention focuses on comprehension, like how can we encourage kids to really understand and question the material that they've read. On the reading side, the evidence says getting the child into the system is really a hurdle for many kids, and that is where effective instruction and guidance and feedback is really important. And that's exactly the wrong time to be leaving the child to discover how the system works. We don't want to discover how writing systems work. It took so long for writing systems to be invented and to evolve into what they are now. We don't want to place the child in the position of having to figure out how this system works. That's why the instruction is really important. And that's exactly what the kids are not getting. Teachers aren't taught to do it, and they aren't encouraged to do it, and it's not thought to be necessary because the child will figure this out in the appropriate environment. That turns out not to be right in a fundamental way. Comprehension, on the other hand, if the child can figure out how print works and relate it to things they already know about spoken language, they get comprehension at the beginning for free. They already know how to comprehend language. The problem is they don't know how the letters work. They don't know how the print works. There's a lot to learn there. That's something where we could be efficient and effective in helping the child to get over this hurdle. And that's where skilled instruction would really make a difference. So it's just deeply unfortunate that teachers are kind of socialized into the belief that they should just stand back because the kid's going to converge on this because they want to be literate. And for many kids, it takes more than that, most kids.